And here's this week's new releases.
Breakfast. Now let's see Chris Isaak courtesy of Paula Yates.
Have you just split up from your girlfriend or boyfriend? If so, this morning's guest is probably the man you've been turning to in your hours of grief. As you lie with a flannel over your face in a darkened room, you've been probably listening to brooding, angst-ridden records, and they might have been by Chris Isaak.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Morrissey. Whew.
Now tell me something. It's been 2 years since, well, it's about 2 years, isn't it, since your last record?
Yes.
What have you been up to?
I did a lot of stuff in the past 2 years. I got off the road and I put linoleum all in, like our back porch, and we put in all new tile in the kitchen area and stuff. And then I did 2 movies in this last album, and I've been working a lot with my hair.
You certainly have, haven't you? Because it's a firm.
That's what
a firm creation.
I have heard, like, every time I did like some kind of interview or something like that, somebody said, "And Chris Isaak here, blah blah blah," something about his hair, and the guy with the hair.
Now you've been in a few films. Is being in a movie easier than making a record?
Yeah, it's a little different. Than making a record, you know, you're kind of responsible for everything. When you make a movie, they have a lot of people around that, you know, you want a drink or something, you don't even reach over to get it yourself. They have a guy who does that for you. You say,
nice.
You know, I don't really feel right in this scene. I don't know why. Can we just stop for a while and let me think about this? And could I have some tea, Bob? Yes. And I have somebody actually come over and do that for you. Now, I tried doing that in the studio, but, like, I got a drummer who's bigger than me, so I try that, you know, and he just come over and slap me real hard, you know. It doesn't work out the same.
I'd love that.
Yeah. To be slapped by the drummer? Oh.
No, having people rush around doing things.
I say I can arrange the drummer to come over. He'd probably like that
slapping.
too.
You're in the Twin Peaks movie.
Yeah.
What are you doing in the Twin Peaks movie?
A lot of people ask that once they saw that movie.
Is it terrible?
No, it's not terrible. My part is wonderful.
Is it?
It's pretty fun. I got to play like a FBI agent. They wouldn't let me keep the badge, though.
Now tell me, are you very moody at home?
Not more moody than other people. It's just that
Be honest.
I'm a musician, and so I get to make records and complain about anything. See, I mean, if you're a truck driver or something, and you have a bad relationship, all you do is run over people in a Volvo, right? I mean, it's like, but you don't. But me, I'm a singer, so I get to go. You know, my life is tough. Things are bad. She left me, and you know.
And people get the wrong idea.
Yeah, I take it out that way. But it's like I don't think my life is any more rough than anybody else's.
Have
really.
lots of girls left you?
Not a lot, just the ones I've been out with, you know.
Do you have a girlfriend at the moment?
I'm taking auditions, really.
Really? And what sort of girls do you like?
Tall, blonde, and Asian.
Tall, blonde, and Asian. Is it true you were once worked in a funeral parlor?
Yeah, I did.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything where I had to, like, you know, have any kind of training on working on bodies and stuff like that.
Oh.
I'm going to eat that thing. But I had a thing where I answered the door. It was during college, and I would go to the door at like about 5 o'clock. They'd shut the regular funeral home, and they had like a guy like me in a suit jacket, and people would come to see the dead people. They had a better word for it.
What was it?
They called them deceased, and then they said they weren't like laying dead. They were I'd say, "Hi, who are you here to visit?" And they'd say, "Oh, I'm here to see Mr. Jones." I'd say, "Well, follow me to slumber room A." They call it a slumber room.
Gosh, it's
They're not slumbering. You can't wake them up. You could set a firecracker off in their mouth. They would not get up.
That must have been a hard job, though, for a college student.
It was okay. You know, the thing was, you lived at the funeral home. They had a room. That was the reason I took the job, is because I wanted to get a room. And they had a room there that was like, it was all done up really like happy with striped wallpaper, and they tried to make it really cheerful. But you knew you're in a funeral
Living above
home.
the shop.
You couldn't get anybody to come visit you. No one would come hang out. You tell girls, you want.
This is maybe what's happened with girls.
It was not a good thing.
It's bringing them back to the funeral home.
You live in a funeral home? Well, no, I just have a room in a funeral home. I mean, there's not bodies in my room. Come on up, you know. It was not a good thing. And there was really, really creepy stuff you don't want to. I mean, you don't want to hear about it, but it's really creepy stuff going on there.
Really?
It was a weird scene, man.
Sadly, we've come to the end of this interview.
I'll tell you next time.
Yeah, next time you come in. Or in fact, as soon as the camera goes off, we can just share it with everyone. It's been gorgeous to talk to you. I hope that you have a nice trip and everything goes well.
Thanks very much.
I'm sorry about the hen. This is Channel 4, and you're watching The Big Breakfast.